Hi, I'm Mark Friedman, chairman of the Midsize Retirement and Healthcare Plan Management Conferences. I have Paul Fronstin with me today. Paul is Director of Health Research and Education Programs for the Employee Benefit Research Institute. Many of you know them as EBRI. EBRI creates some of the most well-quoted and meaningful research on both retirement and healthcare. Paul heads up the healthcare research for EBRI. Paul, what do you think is the biggest change we're going to see in employer-based healthcare in the next 3 to 5 years?
The biggest change is probably going to be the shopping experience. We've never asked people to shop for insurance. In the past 10 years, we've given them tools to shop for healthcare services, and we've created plan designs that incent people to shop for healthcare services, like health savings accounts. But we've never, for the most part, asked people to shop for their insurance. Most employers, when they offer a choice of health plan, don't offer much choice. So there hasn't been much shopping experience. With the advent of private insurance exchanges and public exchanges where there's lots of choices, people are going to be forced to spend more time thinking about the choices that they have available and picking a plan that's right for them.
There's a lot of confusion in people's minds about the difference between private exchanges and public exchanges. What role do you think each of those are going to play over the coming years in the employer-based system?
Well, the public exchanges are clearly geared towards smaller employers. Right now, you can only join one, once they're up and running, if you have fewer than 50 employees, and some states will let you go up to 100. The larger employers won't be allowed in until 2017, if they're allowed in. It's a state-by-state basis. So for the most part, the employment-based system is going to continue as is, unless there are some employers that just drop benefits outright, making their employees eligible for subsidies on the public exchange. The private exchanges, the term has been used very loosely to describe something it's not. When an employer moves to a private exchange, and keep in mind very few have done so at this point, it means that they're still offering health benefits to their employees. They're just doing so differently. They're providing them much more choice of health plan and much more transparency regarding the cost. But the employer is still picking the exchange. They're still picking, or can pick, the health plans that are available to the employees from that exchange, much like employers pick a mutual fund company and the mutual funds for their 401k plans. So the employer still has a lot of control over the health benefits. It's a vehicle that could be used to set a fixed or defined contribution that the employer would provide to workers to buy insurance through the exchange, but employers don't have to move to that type of financing model. They could simply use the private exchange to provide more choice.
I'd like to explore this defined contribution notion in healthcare because it's a relatively new concept, and employers are picking a set amount of money that they'll give to employees to go spend for healthcare choices. How have you seen that play out, and could you elaborate on it a little more?
Well, it's played out mainly in the retiree market. For retiree health benefits. We heard recently that IBM is moving their retirees to a private exchange, and that exchange has said that they have about 300 employers already signed up, and they've been signing them up for about the past 8 years. We don't have much experience with private exchanges for active workers, although I would argue that we've had a private exchange for active workers for many years. It's called the Federal Employees Health Benefits Program, right? That's a program where private insurance companies provide health benefits to public sector employees, and there are many insurance companies providing those benefits or offering them. So there's theoretically a whole lot of competition. I think that the Federal Employees Program, they've seen the same cost increases that everyone else has been experiencing. So simply moving to that type of platform with choice doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to save money, because ultimately it's the cost of healthcare services that drive the premiums. So competition may help a little bit, but it may also cause insurance companies to spend more resources trying to manage healthcare services, though they've been doing that already for the past 2 decades or so.
All right, Paul, I thank you. I've enjoyed working with you at our conferences over the years. You've provided some phenomenal research. You've been a great spokesman for the entire healthcare industry in providing research that helps see through a little bit of the murkiness that's out there, and I look forward to working with you for many years to come.
Thank you. Same here.
Thanks.